Cardinal wrestling fans, welcome to this episode of Cardinal Clips, brought to you on Wednesday, March 26th. Okay, NCAA wrap-up. Just got back from Oklahoma City. Thoughts on the tournament? Of course, everyone knows we had 5 guys competing at 125 pounds. Evan Silver. Evan went 1-2 on the weekend. He got upset in the first round, but responded well in his second match. He had a big pin over a kid that he had beaten overtime earlier in the year. So to go from an overtime win to a pin is great, and hopefully we can build on that and move it into next year. Looking at 165 pounds, Jim Wilson. For a freshman, I guess taking things in perspective, a pretty good tournament. Jim went 2-2 on the weekend. I know he has high expectations, as do we, for him. So he's definitely going to build on that, and he's not satisfied. We're looking to move into next year and climb all the way to the top of the podium for Jim. Fifth-year senior Kyle Meyer competed at 174 pounds. Despite going 0-2, we thought Kyle wrestled very hard. He had a tough draw. He lost to the NCAA runner-up in the first round, and then fought hard on the backside, came up short. Ended up a great career for him. We were excited that he got to nationals, considering everything he's gone through, all the adversity he's overcome. So great job, Kyle. All right, looking at Dan Shear at 197 pounds. Boy, what a sad story for Dan. Dan, a captain on our team, fourth-year senior, was wrestling extremely well, coming off a conference championship over a top 10 guy. Goes into the national tournament, unseeded, draws the 16th seed, is wrestling great, and is a guy he lost to from Northwestern earlier, right at the end of our season, lost to him in overtime. He's winning 9-5, third period. Dan suffered a very severe knee injury. He showed great heart and courage and fought through the last minute with a very torn up knee. Came out with a W, but unfortunately his tournament hopes and national championship hopes had come to an end in that match, and we had to forfeit him out of the tournament. So we're thinking of Dan. We hope he makes a full recovery, and we know that his best in life is still to come. And then at 133 pounds, senior captain Ryan Mango. Ryan made it the furthest in the tournament. He went 3-2 and came up just short of claiming his third All-American honor. He lost to a kid from Minnesota in a real tight match to get on the podium. But very proud of Ryan. Ryan's a guy that's been the staple of our program for 5 years. He's a guy who came here to help really resurrect this program and take us to new places. So, competitor, just all-around great guy and embodies the Cardinal caliber spirit. So great job, Ryan. Now we're going to give you a chance to hear some thoughts from our NCAA qualifiers.
Looking back on the NCAA tournament, we did not accomplish what we wanted to accomplish, but we're just going to allow that to fuel our fire going into next year. It was a good season. We had some peaks. We had some good moments. We, broke our team's all-time record for most dual meet wins in a season, but we are by no means satisfied. We got a lot of hard work to do. I want us to be the number 1 team. I want to be the number 1 wrestler in the nation, but that's just not going to happen overnight. So we're going to be working very hard heading into this spring and summer, but we are excited. We're motivated. We are so appreciative of you guys following us through the season, and we cannot wait for next season to start. Training starts right now. Preseason starts right now. We're going to start getting ready, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys next year. Take care.
Just want to give a shout out to all you wrestling fans out there, especially my family. It was a great year. Unfortunately, didn't get the result I wanted, but it was good having a Pac-12 title, and I'm excited for next year. I'm looking forward to building on our continued success from this year and finally becoming an All-American next year.
The NCAA tournament was exciting for me. Getting 26 wins this season was much better than last season. Was able to wrestle without the brace and come back from the injury pretty well. My career here at Stanford was very good. Started off a little rocky, but in the end it was great. I wouldn't have changed it for anything in the world. I'm just really excited I was able to be here at Stanford and compete with the wrestling team.
I sustained an injury during my first round match at NCAA's. Luckily finished out with a win with that one, but had to default out of the rest of the tournament, which wasn't where I had hoped to finish, but obviously I'm very excited to have been wrestling the best. I've been wrestling all year at the end of the season. I finished out with 2 revenge wins, so I feel very lucky to have ended on a high note. I couldn't have really asked for a better career. Enjoyed every second of wrestling and being on the team out at Stanford. Had a ton of fun, and was very excited to learn and kind of grow throughout the whole process and the whole 4 years there. And couldn't couldn't have asked for a better career.
Hey Cardinal Wrestling fans, I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who's been a part of making the 5-year journey that has been my Stanford experience possible. It's been an awesome ride, and I couldn't have done it without the help of a lot of people, so I thank you all for making it possible. As far as NCAAs, it didn't end up quite how I wanted it to last week, but that's alright. I'm just going to use that as fuel to fire myself into a new journey, I'd say. Getting ready for the US Open and the World Team Trials, so that's kind of what's coming up for me. I'll be staying around Stanford and training with the guys and making a transition, so as always, keep following Cardinal Wrestling and look for some more from Meyer Mango.
Looking at the season as a whole, it was a great year for Stanford Wrestling. It's hard to take it all into perspective right now because we're a little bitter coming off the national championship. But 17 dual meet victories, sent 5 guys to nationals, had a conference runner-up finish. We had 4 guys win the conference individually and had 8 revenge wins along the way. So just a lot of great things to build on, and we're gonna look at the season. We're gonna change a few things so that we can peak a little bit better for the national tournament next year. But all in all, great year and excited for our future. Some things to look forward to. First and foremost, room renovation is on the way. We're excited. It's a 5-week project, so that'll take us to roughly the beginning of May. They've started, they're putting the window in, they're knocking the far wall down, we're getting all new mats, so exciting times and excited to get into that in a couple weeks and start our training again. Also, make sure to save the date for the spring banquet. The banquet will be on Saturday, April 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Stanford Stadium Skybox. You will be getting invitations in the mail shortly, so keep an eye out for those. Taking a look at Cardinal Clips moving forward, we are going to move away from every Wednesday and go to the last Wednesday of every month, moving all the way through September. So the last Wednesday of every month, we'll release a Cardinal Clips, and then in September, in the fall, when the season gets going, we'll pick up with our regular weekly updates. That's going to do it for this episode of Cardinal Clips. If I seemed rushed for a lot of this, it's because this guy was crying off to the side. Just want to remind all of you, go Cardinal, and remember, that's the color, not the bird.